Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to explain to you budget 2020 in a very easy mode, especially for backbenchers. Now let's begin. So we will take it as the example of a family A, and this family has made an income of 5 lakh, and this family expenditure is say 5 lakh 35,000, say 5 lakh 35,000. Now this excess 35,000 is called a deficit, or this is extra means they have gone beyond their income level, and so this number is called the deficit. Okay, and let's assume another situation, like for example they have a income like 6 lakh, and their expenditure was 5 lakh. So now they have 1 lakh, and this 1 lakh is called surplus, surplus. So this is called surplus, and this is deficit. I hope you got this concept. Let's scroll up a little bit. Okay, now this family A wants to improve, and they want to cut down the cost. So the expenditure was 5 lakh 35,000. Now however, with the adjustments they were able to make 1,000, but still we still remain at 34,000. But this improvement or this activity of this 1,000 is the act of balancing, or this balancing is called budget. Okay, am I right? So of course we have taken this example of a family, but we have a government, and the government is like a family business, or citizens or customers, and they are helping us to make money by giving us job, childcare, infrastructure, or and also the government, it earns income by way of taxing us.
Now when we come to the budget basics, let's scroll up. We have budget, BUD,
And we have surplus, we have deficit, then we have two types of tax. We have two types of tax, that is DT, direct tax, IT, indirect tax. We have expenditures of two types: non-plan expenditures and planned expenditures. So all this composition helps in the formation of budget.
okay. Never mind, the ink is getting delayed.
So now let's go to our PPT. I hope you have understood this. Now let's go one by one. We understood what is surplus and what is deficit. Now let's go to direct tax. Let's scroll up. Direct tax, This direct tax are imposed directly on the public, wherein such as income tax and corporate tax. And indirect tax generally imposed on manufacturers, then they pass it on to the suppliers, and they in turn pass it on to the consumers. So indirect tax can be passed on to the lower hierarchy. Then let's go ahead for non-plan expenditures. Non-plan expenditures are interest payments, defense subsidies, then expenditure on police pension, and then loans to the states and loans to MSME, small medium enterprises. Now let's scroll up and go towards plan expenditures. Plan expenditures are given by central plan and central assistance to the state, or union. Let's continue with our PPT that we have got all the concepts clear. Figures at glance by Kotak Securities. I have taken the premium membership, so I am enjoying the benefits. So we can see that the deficit trajectory has been falling from FY14 to FY19, and from FY19 onwards it has been on peak from FY21, and revised estimate of, and for FY23 also we have budget estimate that has been falling. We have a falling trend. Let's go to the next, and this is percentage allocation where our rupee goes in the expenditure. First is 20%, the largest, for interest payments. Then is other expenditures, central sector schemes, defense, pension, finance commission and other transfers, state tax and tax duties, where the rupee goes. And for the centrally sponsored schemes, subsidies, mostly our money is going out for interest payment. That's so sad. We are borrowing a lot of money from non-debt and capital receipts. So when we say capital receipt, it is only income because it is said non-debt na. So borrowing and liabilities 35%. What the hell, man? Shame on India. 35% we have borrowed, and 15% from income tax. I am talking about from where the revenue comes from. This is union exercise duties, non-tax revenue. Corporation tax is 15%, and 16% from GST, and 5% from customs. See, our major source is borrowings. We are borrowing money. Shit. The highest capital expenditure and spending proposed from FY19 to FY 2022. This capital expenditure has been increasing from FY19 to to FY23 onwards. Now disinvestment receipts from 37 it has gone to 78, and back from 78 it will go to 65 as per the budget estimate. Now gross tax receipts, if you look at the graph is like in the consolidation mood. Let's change. The expenditure of major items. See, our major spending is on transport, second on agriculture and allied activities, rural development, education, health, urban development, social welfare. Maximum spending is on transport first, second on rural development, third is agriculture and allied activities, the least is social welfare and urban. India's economic growth estimated to 9%, highest among the largest economies. Promoting digital economy, financial touch and LIC IPO to be expected shortly. India to expand highway by 25,000 km in 2022-23. Air India has been given to Tata, and we have been focusing on 4 pillars: 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the first one is productivity, then is climate action, financing, and the last one is investment and PM Gati Shakti plan. This is about constructions and infrastructure. Then you know about this meme, the 30% tax imposed on crypto profits. So मुझे चक्कर आने लगा है. This is the meme. Then we have a good vision for healthcare, and also e-passports are to be issued and roll out by FY23, and this amount will be allocated under PM housing scheme, and we will be developing EV charging ports for electronic cars, and we have a good vision for railways and Vande Bharat trains of 100 and 100 new cargo terminals. Infrastructure, logistics are the key areas of focus in the budget, and also energy and storage infrastructure. Let's change. Now we come to the agricultural sector. They have 2.87 lakh crore as direct payments, drones to be employed for agricultural monitoring. For such a fake dreams they are showing them, poor thing. So 1400 crore for solar projects and allocation for drinking water. Then for MSME, 5 lakh crore guarantee cover and digital ecosystem for skill and livelihood. Now for the banking sector, 75 digital payment units and also UPI, encouraging digital payments, 1.5 lakh post offices to be connected to core banking. This is something very unusual. Government to introduce digital currency by central bank, and digital rupee to be implemented by via blockchain. So government is going to tax the other currencies and encourage his own. Wow, yaar. Communication and 5G spectrum for auction in 2022, and fibers to be implemented in villages. Okay, so high speed internet and also incognito mode. Requirement of spectrum auction for 5G mobile services. Then The next sector, it's not sector, this theme, Make in India. So under this theme we have 60% R&D budget, and then by budget 2022 committed to reducing arms imports, obviously, and 68% outlays in defense budget for Make in India. If we have FY23 capex target, this capex target is high machinery and construction, that's capex. Outlay for capital expenditure is 35.4, fiscal debt at 69 at 6.9% of GDP, and India to allow new provisions to update returns for taxpayers. That's great. Over to economy and tax. Vision for new regime is update returns that can now be filed within 2 years. IT returns system to be launched, and reduce tax for CO and OPS. Under the economy and tax, government imposed to extend tax incentive for startups. That's a great thing that they are giving incentive for startups. And India 65% of defense capex to be kept for local companies. So yeah, that's a great theme also. It's good that they are doing this as if they are making favor for us. Existing tax incentive to be extended by 1 more year. Transfer of virtual digital assets to be taxed at 30%. More on new tax regime, and no long-term capital gains to be searched at 15%. Okay, this is for LTCG is for the stock market. Now economy and tax. Under this, GST collections for the month of March were 1,40,000 crore, and a new provision to be made for taxpayers, but it will be updated. Returns can be filed only after 2 years. Okay, government lowers duty on unpolished diamonds. Okay, yes, because obviously India is a very narrow-minded country. Mostly people buy gold as an investment. And so, thanks for watching. Do subscribe, and I duly apologize for the background noise, or you can hear my family members talking. I duly apologize. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And till then, we'll meet again. Thanks.